What's up, guys? It's Monday morning. I thought I'd make this video because a lot of people were asking me, what is your day like as a living in Cambodia, especially as a teacher, and some of the Facebook groups I belong to for people looking for teaching jobs and people wanting to learn English, things of that nature. And they always get the question, what is your day like? They want an idea of what to expect. Now, while mine may not be typical of everyone, because I do a couple different things here, I thought I'd take you through and show you my day. I got my whiteboard there for my home classes, some things written on there. I just got up, haven't even taken a shower yet. The thing guy is typically gets up and she always makes a delicious breakfast, something to eat, so I thought I'd show you. This is typical. This is usually what happens. I got my coffee there, right there. There we go. I got some rice, some kind of soup with pork and some herbs. Very nice broth. She made herself a piece of fish. She's got her rice. So this is a standard, typical breakfast that I eat every morning. Well, most every morning. And as you can see here, I also have a container full of markers. Unfortunately, all of these markers are dead. I need refills desperately. I'm gonna have to go do that soon. I put it up. All right, I'm gonna eat and I'll talk to you later. All right, that was a pretty good breakfast there. I enjoyed it. Second part of my day after I eat is getting prepared for my first morning class. I ate, then I took a shower, and now it's time to get ready. They'll be sitting in these chairs right over here. And of course, I'll be standing up here at the whiteboard. Today we're going to play a game to start out called Make a Sentence. The sentence can be positive, negative, or in question form. They can use past, present, or future tense, but it must be complete with correct grammar. And as always in all my classes, I tell them mistakes are fine. They're okay. It's not a test. It's about learning where your weaknesses are so we can learn and help you improve. And the way this little game works is I just write some words on the board one at a time, and then I go around and have each student give me a sentence using that word correctly. And like I said, it must be a complete sentence, and the grammar has to be complete. Whether they're using past, present, or future tense, they have to use the right verb usage when they're making the sentence. This is a good exercise because it helps them think on their feet. It's easy to come to class and read sentences, like I got, books over here, that we have words, vocabulary words, and then conversations using those words, right? And it's easy to read. I can't get one up there, but the pages are okay. There we go. And then we have the conversations using these vocabulary words, and it's easy to read in class, right? And just follow along. But it's harder when you're outside of class, having to speak in English, come up with sentences on your own based on whatever circumstance you find yourself in. So this is a good exercise to help them do that. Correcting their mistakes now will mean they won't make them when they have to use certain phrases outside. So anyway, that took way longer to explain than what I needed it to, but still, that's the second part of my day. They should be here in about 10 minutes, so I got a couple more things to get ready. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, I got done with my first class this morning. I'm on my way to the school I teach at. I only teach part-time at the school, 3 hours each day. We usually just grab a pass app because it's only $1. And it beats sweating. For the school, I have to put on my khakis and my dress shirt. You know, you got to look the part. usually when I'm teaching at home, I'll put on a short sleeve button-up shirt and a nice pair of shorts, not the old dirty cargo shorts I wear around town most of the time. This is the road my school's on. It's actually called Unnamed Road on the map. A lot of roads here do not have names. A lot of buildings do not have even have addresses. This is a very busy intersection right here, as you can tell. Lots of people going about their business. You got schools, students coming and going from different schools in the area. And over here, I believe, yeah, we're going to go. I'm going to go and get another coffee before I deal with anywhere from 6 to 15 children. The thing about my school is that it's an English language school. It's the only subject they teach. But they try to put as many kids in one classroom as possible, trying to save money on having to hire more teachers. So it is quite challenging because I teach anywhere from 2 years old all the way up to 12 years old, and there are varying levels of English. So you have to be creative here if you're coming to teach. You have to you'll have to improvise a lot. You should always have a lesson plan, of course, but even the best laid lesson plan will go by the wayside quickly depending on who's in the class that day. And what you're going to teach. So you do have to improvise a lot. You have to come up with things on the fly sometimes. We also don't have a lot of resources at my school. We don't have any, sometimes I've gone in and not even any markers or ink refills for the markers I have. For me, trying to teach without a whiteboard is really, really hard, because they're all up there looking. I have to teach them how to spell words, how to put the sentences together. And if I don't have a marker, I have to write it all out by hand on paper, which takes a lot of my time. So it's not ideal. But still, I don't blame the children, and I go in and do the best job I can every day. And I think that's important. All right, and now it's time, well, almost time for my class. I have 3 students right here. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Right now we got 3. 3. And we're waiting for more, right?
Correct.
Yes, we are. So this is the classroom. As you can see, the posters on the wall, like a regular classroom should be. And I will be here until 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, yes. But these guys are ready to go. They're ready to learn. You're ready to learn. Ready? To learn. To learn. Yeah. All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right, that's another 3 hours down. I did wind up getting more students. I had 8 altogether. A lot of them show up late, so you always have to prepare for that eventuality. Anyway, I'm done with that. Before I go home and start my next round of classes at my house, we're going to eat right here. One of my favorite noodle shops in town. Definitely my favorite on this side of the city. Right here on this corner. If you see that medical clinic right there, you found it. They have all kinds of nice, good, delicious stuff. And it's really inexpensive. That big old giant wok. Lots of greens, soups. Very delicious. And very cheap. So I always like eating here when we get a chance. I'll talk to you later. All right, I'm sitting down to eat. I just wanted to show you guys the bowl of goodness, as I call it. Cambodia in a bowl. I always add a little bit of this hot sauce. Got some pepper over there. And then some other condiments over here that you may add if you want. Very, very delicious. And I am going to chow down. Chow down. Yeah. And that was a very filling, delicious bowl of noodle soup. I'm very happy right now. And those bowls are only $1.25 each. 5,000 real. 4,000 real for every dollar, so 5,000 real is $1.25. Very good value. And you will get full. They have everything in there. The broth is fantastic, by the way. That's my favorite thing about it. I generally eat everything out of the bowl. The noodles, the meat, the herbs, vegetables, and the meatballs. And then, oh, look at that. Looks like they had babies. Looks like somebody had babies. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Snuck up on me. Anyway, but, and then usually I start to work on the broths. I drink it like it's Coca-Cola. Like a drink. Right out of the bowl. It's that good. Anyway, normally, like I said, we take a pass app on the way to work. On the way back, I usually like to walk. It's about a 20-minute walk from my school to my apartment. But I like to walk back because I have evening classes at home. And it gives me a chance to think about my lesson plan for the students and clarify any points I want to make. I don't know, walking is a good way for me to clear my head and assemble my thoughts in a semi-coherent manner. I find that when you're riding tuk-tuk or taking a pass app, it doesn't have the same effect. It's always good if it's a long distance, or if it's one of those days where the sun is almost unbearable, but for the most part I like walking. Anyway, so like I said, I will have some students tonight. I generally have anywhere between 2 and 5 in the morning, and right now 3 from my 6:30 to 7:30 class. Now, I get out of the school at 4, so usually I have a couple hours to do things like stop and eat, If we have any chores, I guess you could say, things that need to be done, this is usually the time we would do them before the next classes start. But fortunately today we have no such thing, so we can just go home. I can maybe watch some YouTube for an hour, hour and a half until my students arrive. Very nice walk today though, not too hot. It is kind of cloudy and it kind of smells like it's going to rain. So we'll see if that happens. We have not had a lot of rain this year. And it's been affecting a lot of things here, including the electricity, because the water levels at the dams are decreased, which is part of the reason why we've had so many power outages this year compared to last year. Last year was my first year here, and I remember a few, but that number has probably doubled already this year compared to last year. Part of that is, as I said, we haven't had any significant rain to speak of. And that will of course affect the water levels. So they have to schedule power outages to make sure we don't run out. But it's okay. We survive. All right. Just around the corner a little bit when I'm home. I'll get back with you after my classes are done for the evening. And there we have it. That's just a little glimpse of a day in the life teaching English in Siem Reap, Cambodia. It's about 8:30, just finished my night classes. Now we're just going for a walk. Maybe head down toward the old market, get something tasty to eat and have a couple beers before coming back and calling it an evening, because I have to get up and do it all over again tomorrow. Yeah, people wondering, you know, what it's like. And it's not a bad life, I gotta tell you. I enjoy it. It suits me. And I would highly recommend it if you're thinking about making a change, or you want to teach English abroad somewhere, which I read a lot on those Facebook groups I was talking about. People are getting their TOEFLs, wondering where they should go. And even though Cambodia, I'll be the first to say, is not for everybody, I would still always encourage people to come over here and give it a try. It's a good, in my opinion, it's a good place to live. The people are great. And one of the best things is if you get a job teaching, let's say 25 hours a week, you can make enough money to live comfortably. And if you're frugal enough, you'll even be able to save some money every month. And really, for me, I don't know what else people want. But it works for me. And that's why I recommend it, but you can make up your own mind. But this video is for all of you that have asked or messaged me on Facebook, left me comments in the different groups about it. And I hope that gives you some idea of my daily life. Now, that being said, if you get a full-time teaching job here, which is considered 25 hours a week or more, your schedule is going to be different because you're going to be at a school, you know, most of the day, whereas I have intervals. You know, I teach in the morning, then I have a couple hours before I have to go to my classes at school, then I got a couple hours before I have to teach my classes at night. So I get little breaks in between, so it's not, you know, 1 hour, then the next hour, then the next hour, then the next hour teaching. But yours might be different, but still, I would recommend it. All right. I will talk to you guys in the next one.